I hope you enjoy seeing my waterfall as much as I do. I built this water fountain right in front of my estate, so I feel good about it. I feel successful every time I come home. Speaking of waterfall, that reminds me of a secret that made me to become very wealthy. I know a lot of you thinking that, well, I'm famous for teaching people how to make millions in real estate. They forget I have another secret, this unique secret that most people don't know about. Let me tell you how I learned the secret. Years ago, when I was a busboy at the country club I used to work at, one night I got all the guts in this world. I walked over to this nice old man, I gave him some water, and I said, "Sir, I'm giving you some water. Would you please tell me how to be rich like you, sir?" And lucky for me, the old man said, "Well, boy, stay after work, I'll show you how." I condensed that old man's secret into just 3 little words. 3 beautiful words that brought Tom Fu from poverty to be multimillionaire. 3 little words that made me overcome all the obstacles in my life. You know, in the last 10 years, on my way to make these millions wasn't easy. At first, I got lots of discouragement from friends and strangers who are losers. You know what these people kept telling me? They kept saying, "Well, Tom Fu, you're a crazy nut. Here you are, a poor immigrant, poor minority, speak no English, no contact, on, and you're trying to be rich in America. You're crazy, man. Look at people out there. They're smarter than you are. They're not even rich. Who are you to try?" And you know what I have to keep telling these people every time? I kept saying, "You're a loser. Get out of my way. I make it somehow." You know, that's what I think you should say to anyone who's trying to hold you back in life. Take a look at them from head to toe. Of course, they are nothing. Stay away from them. Learn from success, not failure. You know, this 3 little word now that every time I wake up in the morning, I already made my millions. I treasure that old man's secret in my heart forever. If you want to become wealthy, come to my seminar. Let me share with you the 3 little words that can change anyone's life. I know some of you may say, "Well, why, Tom, don't go ahead and tell me this 3 little word right now to get it over with?" Well, nothing worth millions like this come easy in life, my friend. You got to make an effort. You got to get on your car, take the time out, come to the seminar, learn the 3 little words that can make anyone change their life. And who knows, you may decide to join my training and become wealthy also.
All right. Good evening. Let's see what we got here. Yep. Roll another blunt. These is good times.
You full of shit, full of shit, full of shit. Baby, you full of shit, full of shit.
Yeah. Okay. So, well, let's start here. 10 hours ago on Reddit, AMC stock. The war is won. They lost. They know it and just refuse to surrender. This almost encapsulates my favorite sentiment about the apes. We've already won. They might be winning these battles, but we're going to win the war. They can control things until they can't, you know, that kind of stuff. Because it's completely baseless, completely fantasy. And it's hilarious. It intensifies too. I was reading about addiction. Like, well, you know, rock bottom, concept of rock bottom and extremes. Boy, it seems like we are at a almost like a pivot point here in terms of how ridiculous this mania has gotten. And not just meme stocks. Potentially, like the apes like to say, this investing advice, you know, fearful when greedy. Yeah, I don't know how many people are looking at it like that, but I will hold till I'm old and gray, then I will give account to sun. When this moons, I will take profit and be assured. When the dust settles, I will buy it again, and even more. This is no reason this won't be a dividend stock. I like tasty nanners. Right. Yep, like the battle in the Pacific. We're going to have to go in there and root them out of their holes one by one until, that is, the nuclear bomb drops. Whatever that might be. But the battle is won. It's just a matter of time. I think they might mean the war. But I mean, I don't know. The die is cast. War is won. See, this is what Reddit is good for. Feels appropriate to quote Gladiator. People should know when they're conquered. Yeah, people should. Wink, wink. Seriously, done with this bullshit. Thanks for your hype post, though. Oh, okay. They mean like they're so over it. Just squeeze already. God, I'm so done with this bullshit. I just want to get paid and leave the market and never come back. Because I'm not putting another dime into this scam after I get my Moass money. Is that the implication? I'm just holding because I think movies are worth more than $5 a stock. Shrug. That, and because it's cool seeing people I don't like squirm. Well, who's squirming? Who is squirming? Also, yeah, join Manuel's scam. I don't know how you do this. Moass Radio Network. Yeah, I think that's going to be our first publicly traded, quote unquote, OTC company. Moass Radio Network, subsidy of the Scott Alkin Group. Yeah, yeah. Model 3 dude in the house with the post. Shit. Now, technical difficulties at the Scott Alkin Group. Thank you. Thank you, Lynn. And Model 3 dude. Yeah. I was just, this person's getting bored, tired of these affirmations. Let's just play hold until you're cold. Hold until you're cold. So that's cute. But on the eve of one of the most explosive moves that anybody had, I mean, I reckon that the people that involved in AMC, people who were involved in AMC before on around June 2nd, 2021, those people, it's probably the most explosive and exciting price action that we've ever experienced and actually traded in. And I would say that about myself as well. So it's interesting to note that we're seeing comments like this on Reddit more and more in this, even in this thread here. These posts make me cringe at this point. Shut up and buy your shares. I mean, meow, right? Price is not above where I got ape, so no chicken dinner until it squeezes, right? War of attrition. Ah, we've heard that before. War of attrition. I mean, where has most of the atrophy occurred? Where has most of the losses occurred? I mean, that's silly. If they've survived for 2 years, they can probably survive for 20. Oh, and here we go. This is an old classic. God. I don't lose anything by holding. I can hold for 21 years then. And to that I say, that's not correct. You absolutely do lose something by holding. I mean, beyond the money that's lost, the value of the equity, right? The price could have gone from $32 to $7, and you lost that amount, but you lost more than that because you lost opportunities. Opportunities were not followed, explored, pursued, investigated. They didn't, try again and fail again and try again and fail better. They didn't do any of that. It was all about this. So by buying overvalued shares, and holding on to them while they lose 50, 60, 70, 80% of their value over the period. I mean, now your immediate goal is, or should be, in my, conventional wisdom, this isn't anything other than common sense, would be to try to recoup your losses. So $100,000 a share is kind of off the table if you're down 90%. And it's an oversized position that was bought into because of hype and FOMO and high frequency grifting all over YouTube and Twitter and Reddit. This sentiment, it really is a mixture of old and new. It's very postmodern. But I don't lose anything by holding. That's a staple. That is a staple. Put that in the consumer staples. So if they survive for 2 years, they can survive for 20. And then Tyrus Rex says that's the wrong thinking. The hedgies has lost billions of dollars holding out for 2 years. If they hold out for 20 years, it could cost them trillions, and they can't do that. But I want to go back to the hedgies has lost billions of dollars holding out for 2 years. Because this is another thing that has been claimed. It is claimed. It's said. And I'm struggling to I'm struggling to understand how somebody could actually be interested in or, invested in a stock, any stock, and say something like this when the chart actually looks like this. The chart actually looks like this. I mean, so, okay, 2 years. Talking about 2 years. Yes, we are talking about 2 years. What a coincidence. 2 years. Now, also, just just to put it on your calendars or put it, you know, wherever. We got a lot of predictions. We have a lot of people making predictions based on supposed cycle theory, quote unquote, cycle theory, which is so heavily disclaimed, especially by trading with emotions. It doesn't have to necessarily follow it. See, and it might not be the same duration. You see, and it might not follow it there, but overall it's following it. It's a macro cycle. See, all of these are just attempts to explain why they've been wrong, if not 100, if not 99, 94 at least % of the time. Yet they keep spouting, no. They keep bloviating and ending up with the same verbal diarrhea. They've lost billions of dollars holding for 2 years. They've lost billions. In fact, they have lost billions. So you mean to tell me that short sellers have lost billions of dollars over a 2-year period when the stock in question is down by 89%? Either those short sellers are actually apes, or somebody doesn't understand short selling, or somebody is running on some kind of AI pre-programmed, super bullish BAF program script. Where's my we got voice channel in Telegram available. So this is a community supported rant, courtesy of the Scott Alkin group. Okay. Well, anyway, this sounds like you're trying to convince yourself. You know, I don't even watch the line or check the piece of shit these days. I know what it's doing. Absolutely fuck all. And it'll continue to do fuck all for the next 5 to 10 years. If you really want to make something happen, then you're going to have to fight them another way. I'm not sure that I follow, and I'm not sure that I want to. Jesus. Okay, now this one has we're officially in a negative points on the comments here. Keep telling yourself that while your position is dipping, then trade sideways. Your money disappeared with BBBQ. Why? So now you try to dissuade people investing in a company that is leading the road. A company that is leading the road to recovery. They're leading the road. What does that mean? You bet on the wrong horse. This sounds like the guy in the Hollywood Critics Association space. Like it's just like total drone. This is a total drone response. This is a drone response. It's brain dead. It's a brain dead response. You bet on the wrong horse, and how I spend my money is my business. I had to look at your profile to see you backed the wrong horse. Now, he told him. Jesus. This the Scott Allen Blast Zone located at the Swingers Club. Inside joke. Canada just changed the rules. Okay, who cares? We are coasting down. We're still in negative points as the market rips faces off and facing a reverse split by the end of the month. We are consistently making lower lows after our CEO ass raped us with ape, and now we have absolutely no buying pressure to counter any of what's happened. Shorts feasted, we got our asses kicked. No, I am not a shill. I am another angry person who made the terrible decision to buy into this doomed stock. I'll upvote that. I mean, and it seems like they're taking responsibility. They made the decision. I mean, they do blame Adam Aaron for ape and whatever, but I mean, ultimately, you ass raped yourself, you know, like collectively and figuratively speaking, because you didn't allow the company to raise money back when it had overvalued shares. You just sat there and expected it to keep going up higher and higher because that's what they do, right? Because there's so many naked shorts. Yeah, naked shorts, yeah. And then there's that. As far as I know, nobody else analyzed that clip for what it is. And I did that in the same year that it came out. Just saying. I'm just saying. As much as the ape, Muppet, influencer, grifter fucks have been wrong, we've pretty much been on pretty much on the, you know, right side of things this whole period. What do we got here, Model 3, dude? Let's see.
Hey friends, welcome.
Oh, perfect. Perfect. But why don't I hear him?
Today I'm talking about AMC stock, and I'm talking about my email letter that I sent to the legal team in regards to my objection, and it is a hot one. It's scathing in a sense. You've heard that before. So I'm going to read it to you, and I think you're going to love it. And now my thought is that, like, if you didn't send your objection in time, you can still contact the judge, and you can send a letter to the judge and let her know your opinions on all this, okay? So feel free to write a letter, and if you like some of the things you hear in my email that I sent and my formal objection, feel free to use some of it, okay? But none of this is financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, okay? Having said that, I'm going to share my official objection letter email that I sent in, and I already got a reply back, and I will share the reply with you in my next video. For this one, here we go. Basically what I did was,
wow, he's got a popped collar.
To them, AMC settlement objections, okay? And then it can see here, it says, I object to the AMC settlement. These are my legal objections. And I used the 5 objections that Mr. Brian Tuttle used in his final objection paperwork. 1 through 5, these are legal official objections. And then I'll get into my statement below that. So real quick, 1 through 5, it says defendants violated DGCL 242 when they designated voting rights to ape without shareholder approval, right? It's true. Number 2, defendants violated DGCL 242 when they designated an automatic conversion clause to ape without shareholder approval. Number 3, defendants violated Number 4, defendants violated DGCL 242 when they commingled preferred stock votes with AMC common. And number 5, defendants owe to common share an equitable remedy either through DGCL 204 or 205 or otherwise, okay? And then I go into my official statement. I say the following is my statement. I implore the Honorable Judge Zern to strongly consider as many millions, yes, millions of families' financial futures are at stake. Then I go on to say, I believe the AMC vote was rigged. The retail voters of AMC common shares voted approximately 50 million shares as a no vote. The AMC common shares voted yes were from major institutional holders like Vanguard and hedge funds like Citadel and BlackRock. Also, CEO Adam Aron and the board voted millions of their shares as yes. And Tara Capital voted yes. They own enough shares by themselves to outvote the retail shareholders. Out of the 519 million common shares in the float, approximately 180 million votes were cast. Think about this, friends, and listen closely. That's not even 50% of the share float. Further, only about 25% of the common shares were yes votes. 25%. Further, of that 25%, millions of votes were automatically voted yes from ComputerShare, the depository of Ape AMC, from holders that did not actually vote yes. This is not an opinion or a conspiracy theory. It's factual from the bylaws and...
Wait. So, we're having a little bit, slight technical difficulties out in audio, systems here. So I have to mute my mic and listen on speakers. But he said he incorporated Mr. Tuttle's 5 objections, right? And he went through them. And one of them was that Ape was created, distributed, whatever, without shareholder approval, without shareholder vote. And we know that that's not true, because whenever it was created, that corporate governance, that bit of corporate governance was voted on by the shareholders at the time, way back, in 2013, I think, before Adam Aron was involved with the company. So that's not true. And then, then fast forward, then he's bitching about the vote, the AMC vote, no vote, right? So they're talking about he is talking about the proposals, proposal 1, 2, and 3. And I thought it was a little bit over the top, let's say, for Adam Aron to have tweeted this. Today was a huge step forward for AMC. You voted yes, yes, and yes. Those 3s again. Like, that's patronizing to me. It's like, I mean, I don't know. Maybe they did, but this seems over the top. But so Ape was never, Ape, they said Ape wasn't created with shareholder approval. And, they don't want to, but now that they have it, they don't want to convert it back to AMC common stock. So it's just like, what do you actually want? You didn't want to get it, apparently, and you're pissed that it was forced on you. Okay, that I could understand that, I guess. I don't know why you'd care, but also, okay, so now there is a vote that you didn't agree with, and it was rigged. And the ultimate outcome, even with this rigged vote, is that the thing that you didn't want, that was forced on you, the Ape, is going away. You're getting rid of it. That's good, right? No, that's also one of like, what the fuck? This is so confused.
Approximately 50 million.
This guy is so fucking confused. Oh my God. Wow.
No vote. The AMC common shares voted.
I mean, in Tuttle,
from major institutional holders like Vanguard.
This is what Tuttle said, and he's more retarded than I even originally
Adam Aron and the board voted
realized.
Of their shares as yes. Antara Capital voted yes. They own enough shares by themselves to outvote the retail shareholders. Out of the 519 million common shares in the float.
I mean, okay, it was part of the freaking, fuck it. It was part of the fucking agreement that they had from the beginning that the vote would be yes. That's the reality. So why are you scrutinizing something that was contractually obligated to be this way? It was contractually fucking obligated. And it would have been much more of a scandal if it had been no. If the vote had been no, that would actually have been a problem for the involved parties. But this is what it is supposed to, this was the plan. This was the plan. I mean, and Adam Aaron knows this too, so that's why I say it's patronizing. But anyway, holy crap.
180 million votes were cast. Theory is factual from the bylaws and SEC documents filed. The CEO of AMC, Adam Aaron.
Ron, I'm noticing some sass. Look at this guy. Look at this clown. This popped collar. Are you fucking kidding me?
From holders that did not actually vote yes. This is not an opinion or a conspiracy theory. It's factual from the bylaws and SEC documents filed. The CEO of AMC, Adam Aaron, knowingly and deceitfully, on an intentional basis, tweeted out to the world this quoted statement. Today was a huge step forward for AMC. You voted yes, yes, yes. And it was a landslide vote too. 88% yes for Prop 1, 87 for Prop 2, and 87 for Prop 3. My sincerest thanks for giving AMC the tools we need to continue fighting the good fight on your behalf. That's a quote from Adam Aaron's tweet. And I hope you like the theatrical voice that I did, because Adam Aaron irritates me because he's trying to steal your money and my money, and I don't like it. So, let's go on.
This guy's hilarious.
Percentages to calm.
He's kind of like
deceive the public into believing the AMC vote on the proposals were a big.
He reminds me of Donald Trump in a few ways.
He didn't use actual votes.
I mean, I don't want to talk about Donald Trump
or speak to how many shares were voted, etc. He didn't speak to how many shares were automatically voted yes. He didn't speak to how many yes votes were from AMC board members and the CEO. He didn't speak to how many yes votes were from institutional holders. Further, as I stated above, significantly less than 50% of the common shares were actually voted. Further, only about
what difference does that make?
% were voted yes, and many millions were automatically voted yes, per Adam Aaron instructions to the depository computer share. This was all hidden from shareholders by the CEO himself.
How? What?
In summary,
how was it hidden?
Shareholders overwhelmingly voted no to the reverse split. Please.
Wow, what a sassy bitch.
Antara Capital colluded with AMC CEO Adam Aaron to implement.
Oh, this is the best part.
Takeover of AMC Corporation from AMC retail shareholders to AMC board members. CEO Adam Aaron, and give full control to the
Guys, Antara Capital colluded with AMC CEO Adam Aaron to implement a hostile takeover of AMC from retail shareholders to AMC board members. The board itself did a hostile takeover. Can you believe that? And he's claimed this before. So about a month or so ago, he started saying this. And it's like, okay, you don't understand what a hostile takeover is. Because this is not a hostile takeover. It's not anything. Like, this is a great example of, how emotions can impact our critical thinking. Let's be clinical about it. If you are sitting on such a huge loss, okay, this is impacting things. It has made you feel really bad. So, as these events come, as normal things happen that would have happened anyway, things that would have happened anyway, things that are always things that are a possibility, nothing from, way out of left field, nothing. Normal course of corporate, publicly traded company actions, filings, all that kind of stuff. One that is, trying to navigate this new post-pandemic, whatever. Right? So, and we've seen companies do this, I mean, they have to. So, okay. If you cared about your investment, or if you cared about the company, or, you just wanted to do the thing that made more sense, you could look at this a different way than he's looking at it. But because there's that massive sword of Damocles of a loss hanging over his head, it's not realized yet. It's not a realized loss, but it's all but realized, because it would be like a total aberration. Doesn't even begin to, but to even break even, much less $100,000 or $100 or whatever per share that it was supposed to be, right? Okay, anyway, because nobody who wasn't sitting on those massive losses would look at it this way. Nobody would. They would see a corporation that is struggling and doing deals because they're struggling, and taking action like reverse splitting so that they don't get kicked off the exchange, because that would be devastating. Be devastating to the stock, probably to the company, definitely to the shareholders. Like, that's not what you want to happen. I know the apes think that they can cause, Bed Bath and all, GTII and all this crap. I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing it. But I mean, it's it's a testament to whether, people are mature enough to be involved in the stock market, really. Because if you can't say no, if you don't know when to stop, like in a casino or something, or with drinking alcohol or whatever, anything that can be taken too far. If you can't control yourself and try to remain in an aware state where you can process what's happening rationally, relatively speaking, then that's fine. But if you can't do that, then you end up 2 years later, 2 years. I mean, we're on the eve. I mean, it's 2 years after the actual thing happened. That this most, insanely volatile, explosive, amazing move, price action, exciting, that's never been matched. but there have been plenty of other stocks that have had explosive moves. Hello, Nvidia lately, while it's not exactly the same in terms of, the trajectory and everything else, and it's not, it is similar and it's based on nonsense, in my opinion, but unsubstantiated hype. But there have been any number of those over the last 2 years. That's the opportunity cost that this guy over here doesn't realize that he's paid. I don't lose anything by holding. Can hold for 21 years. And I've always said that that's wrong. It's foolish. And we still see it. Okay, last comment on this one. Have you even seen the OBV? No one is selling, yet they've manipulated the price down. Oh, there's so many classics. I mean, this is such great for this 2-year anniversary Moass moment here, because like this is all the stuff that we've heard over the last 2 years. Have you even seen the OBV? No one is selling, yet they've manipulated the price down. So how is that AMC's fault, and how does that make it a doomed stock? Well, I mean, he says himself that the mysterious they've manipulated the price down. I mean, it doesn't matter if it's AMC's fault or not. I mean, ultimately it is, I believe, because something makes these shitheads targeted. And it's probably the other shitheads, these shitheads, the shithead apes. And how does that make it a doomed stock? Well, I mean, I've heard very experienced traders say sometimes you have a company that's a good company. They're actually a good company. They make a good product, whatever. They have good sales. They're profitable, but their stock is basically doomed. It's shit. It does not respond the way that it should, or that somebody thinks it should. There's something else going on, but who knows? It's just a shitty stock to trade, even though I use their products and I recommend them to everybody. That exists. So does the opposite. A booming, kick-ass stock attached to a bullshit company that doesn't even make a product, that collects no revenue. And we've seen that as well. So that's a doomed company, I guess, this analogy. But anyway, it's a doomed stock because it's a doomed stock. It's a shit stock. If you're not a shill and just an angry person, then with all the proof of manipulation in front of you, then you're just honestly a really dumb person. Can you show me your portfolio? I'd like to see if you have AMC shares. What this reminds me of is just like societal disrespect, like just indiscriminate disrespect and narcissism, entitlement. If you're not a shill and if you're not a shill and just an angry person, then with all the proof of manipulation in front of you, then you're just honestly a really dumb person. You know what? You're just honestly a really dumb person if you don't agree with me. My misinterpretation of on balance volume. Yes, I've seen the on balance volume and I know what it fucking means, unlike you. We know what it means. The people who watch this channel, listen to these bloviations, they understand. They know what we're talking about. But it seems like a lot more don't. Can you show me your portfolio? Like, show me your portfolio. I'd like to see if you even have AMC shares. Right? I kind of Benji'd that there a little bit, or Thomas James did. Can you show me your portfolio? I'd like to see if Thomas Splice, I'd like to see if you have AMC shares. I mean, that's not even, I mean, who cares? It's Reddit, but just, you know, point of fact, that's not a grammatical sentence. Anyway, yeah, so prove that you're a member, that you're even qualified to be a member of the cult. I mean, that's garbage. And so is this. So is this. I don't really see the point in continuing on this.
We don't ask for favors.
Listen to this.
Judge Zern uphold justice for the powerless that rest their hopes upon her. I personally pray God has justice prevail. We don't ask for favors. We ask for justice. Thank you. Now, friends, I hope you enjoyed that letter, that scathing, powerful letter that I wrote to the legal.
Wow, so scathing and powerful. And the effect is just so much stronger when you say that it's a scathing and powerful letter that you wrote. That helps the effect. Yeah. Couldn't have said it better myself. Your letter was awesome. Congratulations. Based on the fact that not every shareholder received their postcard, should be enough for the judge to either grant an extension or outright deny the settlement. Oh, because you didn't get a postcard. Remember when people sent postcards to other, like, if you got a postcard, it was exciting because it was from somebody who was like on a trip or something. I mean, these clowns, these Muppets, they're getting excited about their postcards, getting them, like I've seen Professor Mike with his postcards. Got 3 postcards. Did you get your postcard? And how many international investors? Do they even matter? I mean, really? They're not like owning international stocks. I mean, these clowns, they don't read the fine, obviously. They don't even read the regular print, much less the fine print. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. This might qualify as breaking news. Oh shit. I gotta bring the get the engineer in here to, okay. Oh, where'd it go? Yeah, we're having a little technical difficulty at Alkin Systems here. Oh, here it is. Yeah, I think that qualifies as breaking news. Ken Griffin taken in by FBI. Oh boy. I mean, if that's true, what a glorious 2-year anniversary it will be of the Moass. Friends, let us educate ourselves and take in the facts as stated by Stock Talk Daily. I wonder if he's got his camera on today.
Hey, that was amazing, right? He said, hey, they said there was going to be a recession, not me. Okay, let's make sure we make a distinction there. So let me ask you, because in the report you also talk,
sounds like another narcissist. Oh yeah, it's Charles Payne. Listen to that shit.
Q&A, that was amazing, right? He said, hey, they said there was going to be a recession, not me. Okay, let's make sure we make a distinction there. So let me ask you, because in the report you also talk, you make the observation about nominal and inflation-adjusted wages. Fourth quarter, they were negative. Another part of the argument that the Fed should keep going is this household economic strength that is just so amazing that the Fed's got to continue to browbeat it. You don't agree with that?
No, I don't agree with it at all. Unfortunately, we're seeing a market that is very bifurcated, where there's actually tremendous amount of strength at the low end of the labor market. These are individuals who want to or are capable of working the frontline jobs at a cash register or in a warehouse. That segment of the population, those with less.
Oh, so all the jobs that are going to be eliminated by the NVIDIA AI mania. Great. Yeah, that's really smart. I mean, I could tell that this guy is, he's thought about the bigger picture here. I mean, give me a fucking break. So at the same time you're saying that, you're rallying for the fucking oh, you can't hear it in the voice chat. Oh. Well. Oh, okay. All right. Well, it seems like you should. Seems like it. But oh, hi, Eric. She's talking about over in Telegram, I believe. But you know what? Maybe not. Oh, maybe I redo it. Oh, you know what? Yeah. Sorry, folks. Just a second. Try to get this. I mean, this might be a good time to mention. There's a link in the description for it's our Telegram group. So if you are interested in hanging out, and then the voice chat room is patched into the live stream. So if anybody would like to have a verbal conversation on here, you can pop into that voice chat. I'm surprised Ron's still up. I would say, yeah. Oh yeah. So let's come back here. I want to extend a welcome and a shout out to the Fake Berta account over on Twitter. And I have to be honest, I've been, quite busy last couple weeks. So I've seen the guys over in Telegram talk a lot about it, and I've seen some of the tweets. And, what I've seen, they look pretty amazing. The whole concept. And it's just these, it's another sign in my eyes, it's another sign of a bubble. It's another sign of almost hitting rock bottom. It's another sign of peak scam. When you have some people who see it, some people who see that these people are full of shit. I mean, every last fucking one of them, and call them out. It's just, it's interesting. And when they start getting more popular and mainstream, yeah, I think because then you're starting to get too many people on that side of the trade, so to speak. But Lynn says much more personality than the actual Berta. Yeah. So I was looking at some of these tweets that I thought were pretty good here. So I might be too busy trying to sue my parody account to go to Congress on Friday. Hashtag MMTLP. Sue the market makers who illegally traded MMTLP. Nah. Sue my trading account. Sue my parody account for making dank ass memes. And I always thought that was weird. Like, I've watched a few, interviews with Berta. I love that he's wearing Trump golf course pullover. Uh, and that was from that. Actually, that he was wearing it on that interview that I watched. Forget who it was with. And he harped on the fact that, you know, it wasn't supposed to trade. It wasn't supposed to trade, and the market maker, da da da, and whatever. And then I found out that he dumped a bunch of shares, but I guess he says that he has more. But so it wasn't supposed to trade, but he traded it. Never said anything or whatever. Like, hey, why is this trading? No, he just went ahead and cashed in on it. And then of course the Muppets baggies, are wanting to trade it for 2 more days, which I mean that's just a total fantasy. Because that is a great, if that does happen, it'll be so interesting. It won't happen. If it did happen, because I believe it would be a very clear example of the stock market changing the lock, so to speak. Because they are going to go into that day. They're going to go in knowing, and like in deep in their hearts, what's going to happen. And if there's anything that the market loves to spoil, it's that. So they think that they have got the key. It's a golden ticket. It's literally like the Willy Wonka ticket. But that's not how the market usually works. So that would be an epic rug pull. Damn it. They need to do that. But I think it would be an epic rug pull. Epic rug pull. And of course it'd all be legal too. I mean, it'd just be people trading. That's all any of this is just people trading, or people or computer programs mostly. Trades being executed at certain prices. That's all that it is. People buying at certain prices, people selling at certain prices. I mean, the apes don't want to talk about manipulation. MMTLP wants to talk about manipulation. You're going to have to come up with something at some point, because all the rest of us see is trading happening, buying and selling happening. Now, you could make probably a case for the fact that, none of it should be trading because it's all bullshit. But beyond that, I mean, let's see here. Lawrence Harge is a sign of a bubble about to pop. I saw him in Telegram, and you guys are talking about him, but I was not aware of Lawrence Harge before, and I didn't watch any of his videos. But I'll tell you, there was a great. Let me find it. I got to find the e-bike thing. Because that was I mean, that's another sign of peak grift, peak bubble, peak bubble, peak grift. I mean, it doesn't get much more ridiculous than this. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Okay. I get that on my so everybody knows Larry except me, apparently. So I saw this. Ron posted this. Somebody. I don't know who. So Harge Global press briefing, Detroit's Innovation District, electric bike retrofitted with black box technology. Yeah, that's an e-bike controller. What are you talking about? Black box technology? First of all, well, it doesn't have to be black, but and I see the bicycle. Like, what? I mean, you could go on Amazon or Alibaba right now, AliExpress, eBay, probably the local like Let Go and OfferUp, and find these generic brushless DC motor controllers that have a bunch of wires coming out of them for all the components, brake and throttle and lights and all that, battery connections. I mean, it's what in the hell are you talking about? And that's not even I oh, Jesus. So that's a guy. That's the guy. But this is also a guy. This is also the guy that is an indication of peak bubble, peak coma. This is peak mania. Jesus. Okay. I mean, it like crazy to me that 2 years later, some of this exuberance, like is it exuberance's last stand? Is this it? That, I mean, it seems obvious to me, but if it's obvious, it's obviously wrong. So maybe the exuberance continues. I don't know. I don't know. Oh yeah, this was a good one. Order to commit me to the county jail for contempt of court. Luckily, I was able to pay some money and transfer the stock, avoiding jail time. Like, trial court issued a warrant and commitment order to the St. Louis County Police Department for 2 separate contempt orders. One dated this, The order directed that Berta be committed to the St. Louis County Jail until he purged himself of contempt by depositing $31,416.68 in the court registry and by transferring 425,000 shares of LMG stock to respondent. They withdrew its warrant and commitment order after Berta tendered the 425,000 shares in stock certificates to respondent and paid $3,200 in attorney's fees. How in the hell did he get that? I mean, it says 31,000, and all he had to do was pay like a tenth of that. What? I don't know. Purged himself of contempt. Yeah, what the hell is this? RICO case. RICO case. Berta's motion to vacate. American pallet leasing scheme. Oh boy. How about this one? Imagine thinking that he meant he was going to take action to benefit shareholders. Instead, he's wasting everyone's time. Pay attention to the priorities. MMTLP. First lawsuit Berta is involved in is against me. When market maker lawsuit. I think wood pallets. Yeah. And that's serious business. Background, flamethrower equals me and 3 other OG TRCH folks. We together have funded the DD process with Wes and team. We will go where that DD takes us and make appropriate decisions when we have the data. Not afraid, ready to take action. All MMTLP fam will be kept in the loop. Wow, yeah, that seems like you're going to go to war for these people. We together have funded the DD process. Hopefully they're actually going to do the DD, and so they don't have to do it retroactively and find out, like these clowns, find out months after the fact that the vote was always going to be yes, because that was what was agreed to by the parties. It says that. It has to be yes. Or the deal's off. What happens if the deal's off? All of those wonderful things that you've been saying about AMC. Oh, they've been able to reduce the debt this much, and they pushed this one out, and they kicked this can down the road, and And there's going to be more movies next year, though. So, I mean, all of that, the debt and all that goes away. It has to be this way. Has to be Wes Christensen. Wes Christian. I mean, that's the only other Wes. No, that's the only Wes that any. Yeah, yes, because they're talking about you know, the DD and MMTLP. That's the only thing that would be has to be Wes Christian. How about this? How about this one? Mr. Donahue George, once and not future lawyer. Once and only once lawyer. How about that? Once and never again lawyer.
Legal advice for entertainment education.
Donahue George.
Please don't make any financial decision based on anything I say in these videos. That being said, hit the like button, subscribe button, all the YouTube algorithm stuff, so you get the videos I put them out. See, I'm thinking, so I'm analyzing that data, but like I tell you every day, the day they release us is false. Man, it gets a false narrative of the markets. We can make bad trading decisions. Listen. The more I look at this Allegheny lawsuit, the more the lawsuit makes absolute
Allegheny. Allegheny high, Allegheny ho. Allegheny.
To me. Why would Allegheny sue about the reverse split and then settle for such a small amount, which wouldn't cover the dilution of 90% of their shares? It makes absolutely no sense to me. And the more I look at it, and this is just a theory of mine,
Well, there's a lot of things I'm sure that don't make sense to this guy. I mean, honestly, I can tell you right now, he doesn't understand why, if somebody believes that a certain shares are going to zero, that they would borrow those shares to short them. Why, if they say the stock's worthless, why would they pay these crazy high cost to borrow fees? Well, you fucking twat, because they believe they're fucking overvalued. And they are going to fucking zero. So why would you not short it? Oh, no, yeah, the obviously you should be buying and holding. I don't know what the hell you're smoking. So anyway, Mr. John Berta Parody, sorry, I didn't close this out. If you're out there, that's awesome. And join our Telegram and let's get on here. I mean, it'd be our first celebrity interview with John Berta. And we would, pump and dump that shit. But on Scott Alkin Media Associates, OTCQ stock. Pink sheets, baby. Here we come. Pink sheets. Hopefully we don't have to ask for the blue sheets. Do we have the blue sheets? I don't know. Do we have the blue sheets? Is that what happened? I don't know. What are you saying?
Do I think that's the case? Do I think that's the case? I don't know. I don't really think that's the case.
I don't really think that's the case. Okay. All right. What about that?
Is that what you're saying? Or are you saying what are you saying? Huh?
I have no evidence to back this up, but the circumstantial evidence is telling me, this is just my analysis of what I'm seeing. I believe that Adam Aaron initiated this lawsuit because he wanted to avoid future litigation because of his actions with Antara, the reverse split, and Citigroup. Anybody who...
Wait a minute. What? Yeah, I'm confused. So Adam Aaron did the lawsuit. Oh yeah, Citigroup. They love Citigroup. I'm gonna go back and listen again. What?
I'm seeing, I believe that Adam Aaron initiated this lawsuit because he wanted to avoid future litigation because of his actions with Antara, the reverse split, and Citigroup.
He wanted to avoid future actions? Okay. All right.
Anybody who filed a lawsuit because they felt they were losing 90% of their shares would not just agree to settle for.
Welcome to straw man argument. Okay. This is Donald Trump logic. Sorry to say. This is quite possibly the weakest type of argument that you could ever make. Well, nobody who does this would do that. How do you know? How do you know? And Mr. Lawyer, asterisk, footnote, this person is no longer a lawyer. This person was was dishonorably discharged. It doesn't even, it holds no water. Look at that face, man. Ugh.
Like one share for every 7.5 shares. I mean, it makes absolutely no sense. It's not logical. It's not logical.
What? Oh, the nerve of this fucking asshole. It's not logical. Did he say logical? He actually fucking said it's not logical. It's not logical. Yeah, just like it's not logical to borrow overvalued fucking shares and short them to make money. It's not logical. Oh my God. You have got to be fucking kidding. We have to be approaching peak brain dead.
They really didn't gain anything. Well, the attorneys gain because, of course, they get the attorney fees. The attorneys always win. But the only other person that seems to benefit from this lawsuit, definitely not retail investors, and not Alan Haney directly, or these other plaintiffs directly, the only person that I see directly benefiting from this lawsuit and this settlement is Adam Aaron. Because if this settlement was to move forward in its current condition, everybody who is a party to this lawsuit, everybody who didn't opt out, could then not sue Adam Aaron after reverse split if they push the price back down to $5.
What?
Because there's no...
What the fuck are you talking about? You're going to sue somebody because the price goes down? Are you fucking me?
After reverse split, if they push the price back down to $5.
What the fuck kind of fucking bullshit fucking street corner logic is this? God fucking damn it. This is retarded. I can't even follow what he's saying because he talks like he's trying to think about what the next thing is that he's going to say. They didn't gain anything. The attorneys, the only other person that seems to benefit from this lawsuit, Alan Haney, is Adam Aaron, because if this settlement was to move forward in its current condition, everybody who is a party to this lawsuit, everybody who didn't opt out, could then not sue Adam Aaron after reverse split if they push the price back down to $5, because there's no reason for AMC to have a reverse split. AMC, okay, we haven't gotten there yet. So how in the fuck would you sue Adam Aaron anyway if the price goes down? You don't sue the CEO. Okay? That's not what you do. That is not how it's done. If that's what you think you should do, and if you're actually saying this is a realistic circumstance, possibility, then you're, I'm sorry, what did they say? I went away from it. You're just not that smart. You're just not that smart. Like, you show me the last time shareholders sued a CEO and anything meaningful happened because the stock price went down. I mean, come on. But listen.
All these plaintiffs, these other plaintiffs directly, the only person that I see directly benefiting from this lawsuit and this settlement is Adam Aaron. Because if this settlement was to move forward in its current condition, everybody who is a party to this lawsuit, everybody who didn't opt out, could then not sue Adam Aaron after reverse split if they push the price back down to $5. Because there's no
fucking loudmouth slobbering fool
for AMC to have a reverse split.
Yes, there is. Yes, there is. It's called, you are going to get delisted. You are going to get delisted. And I know that it probably doesn't upset him because they love OTC stocks. They love the OTC. They love the pink sheets. That's where the real squeezes happen. There's not as much manipulation. This is what they say. It's harder to manipulate stock prices on the OTC. It's easier to make things squeeze. I mean, there's two statements right there. Anyway, so that is a very good reason. That is a very good reason for it to go to reverse split. It is a desperate move. It's a last ditch. Basically, it's a last ditch attempt. I mean, that's what it's seen as. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, guys that are, that are more experienced, but reverse stock splits, from what I gather and what I understand, generally are not viewed as a positive thing. They're not viewed as a positive thing, and I mean, so from that sense, I could understand why somebody, without knowing anything, knowing no facts, might say, well, they shouldn't do a reverse split. They don't need to do a reverse split, whatever. But I mean, we're not talking about somebody who doesn't know anything officially, I guess. We're talking about somebody who is purports to be an influencer. They're trying to educate, quote unquote, people on this. They're trying to educate and entertain people about this. So why in the hell is he talking about it like this then?
Because there's no reason.
I mean, that was tough. He had to find that word.
Push the price back down to $5. Because there's no reason for AMC to have a reverse split. AMC is not in risk of bankruptcy. AMC price isn't 2 cents or 10 cents.
Well, it wouldn't be 2 cents or 10 cents. I mean, do you even know? Do you even know what the listing requirements are for the NYSE? Do you even fucking know? I mean, I would imagine that if he did, he would set it here instead of 2 cents or 10 cents, because clearly that wouldn't fly. What an idiot.
To have a reverse split. AMC is not in risk of bankruptcy. AMC price isn't 2 cents or 10 cents. AMC doesn't need any exposure. I mean, the whole world knows about AMC at this point. So the purpose of the reverse split, and according to Adam Aaron, he said that it was because he didn't want the shame of owning a $3 stock, which is absolutely ridiculous.
Well, he also said that they were going to be delisted. And
As far as I'm concerned, and in my opinion, the only reason for this Allegheny lawsuit was to protect Adam Aaron from future litigation, because every other part of the law.
I don't even know if that's I don't even know if that is valid. What he's saying. I don't even know if it would protect Adam Aaron from future litigation. I mean, I don't know. I can't just blindly say, "Oh, that's a good point," because I don't know. But I mean, I would never assume something like that. Ah, Jesus fucking Christ.
And the settlement makes absolutely no sense to me whatsoever. Anyway, please leave some comments. Tell me what you think. Do you think the Allegheny lawsuit was put in place so a court can make a determination that Adam Aaron can't be sued in the future for his act?
Ugh, God. Fucking loudmouth. OBV. Oh, the OBV shows the real value? Wow. I did not know that. I mean, that is skirting the edge of breaking news right there. You can use the OBV to find the real value of a stock. Get the fuck out of here. And by the way, there's nothing in here at all about Ken Griffin.
A combination of an emphasis on sending everybody off to college.
Yeah, we're skipping around
a
little bit tonight.
In immigration, that's left employers scrambling to find workers that are willing to work for the wages that they're prepared to offer. While at the high end of the economy, all of the data sets that we have actually ignore that. So the much touted metrics like the Atlanta Fed wage tracker, that actually ignores the top 15% of the U.S. economy. At the top 15% of the U.S. economy, the cutoff there is $150,000 in wages.
Right.
Now, I realize that sounds like an awful lot to a lot of people, but again, remember that we're missing any information that's coming from that, including things like the tech industry layoffs.
I got 30 seconds. I want to squeeze in a piece that I saw also with you that the way I'm reading it suggests that upward mobility in America could be dead.
Oh,
it absolutely is at this point.
You think? Oh, you think?
I mean, we're seeing two clear metrics. One is geographic mobility. People's willingness to relocate and ability to relocate for job opportunities has absolutely collapsed. If I go back to 1985, roughly 40% of all people moving were relocating for a job opportunity. In this last quarter, it was 1.6%.
Clickbait spam. Worst stock channel ever. Keep crying wolf. I will unsubscribe. Your title headline is just pure clickbait. Yeah, it's been that way for over a year. Probably since the beginning of the goddamn channel. Oh! It's Uncle Frank, finance. I'm not a financial advisor.
Welcome, everyone, and thank you for tuning in to hear my market updates. This is Uncle Frank, and I'm not a financial advisor.
We got to speed up this old guy.
Content to be construed as financial advice. This channel is for entertainment purposes only. Please remember to hit the like button if you enjoyed the presentation, and be sure to subscribe to the channel so you're alerted when I have new information.
Uncle Frank.
So now let's get into the latest updates.
Looking snazzy.
Hey, welcome back, everyone. This episode will cover some recent developments in the hedge fund news you may not have seen in the financial media. Let's start with May 19th's headline from the Wall Street Journal. Third point.
You may not have seen it in the financial media. Well, here we have a Wall Street Journal headline. Come on, man.
Fund redemptions with cash and IOUs from the article.
Oh, they're giving them AMC synthetic shares? What?
That investors pay out hedge fund redemptions with cash and IOUs. From the article, Daniel Loeb's Third Point told its hedge fund clients Friday that investors exiting its funds would be paid out with a mix of cash and the equivalent of an IOU for about 9% of their money, and this is according to a letter viewed by the Wall Street Journal. IOUs? Now, stick with me, guys, as we move to another piece from May 25th from Hedge Week. Hedge fund stock borrowing hits record high, says Goldman. Rising interest rates, which have made it cheaper for speculators to borrow stock and bet on movements in company stock prices, have seen hedge fund industry borrowing hit a record high, according to a report by Reuters. The report cites a Goldman Sachs client note on Wednesday as highlighting the increase, as well as the fact that hedge funds overall remain undecided on the market direction due to ongoing macroeconomic uncertainty. According to Reuters, higher interest rates mean that hedge funds are now earning money on the collateral they post with banks to act as insurance against defaults on their stock borrowing. And now let's add this piece to the puzzle.
Yeah, I think it is, Lynn, Hedge Week. 26th. And there's also Institutional Investor magazine, which is pretty good. I've highlighted some things from there before.
Hedge fund investors pull record $11.6 billion in April. Hedge fund investors pulled $11.57 billion in April as the sector saw its biggest month of outflows so far this year. Now, let's add that up. We're paying our redemption clients with IOUs, we're borrowing a record amount of money, and investors are pulling a record amount of money or redeeming out of the hedge funds. Can you see it coming? Now, I will never tell you to buy, sell, or hold any security or cryptocurrency, but is AMC finally ready to make a move? From BNK Invest, headline, AMC Entertainment Holdings is now oversold. From the article, and this is from yesterday, legendary investor Warren Buffett advises to be fearful when others are greedy and be greedy when
others are look fearful. At that.
One way we can
look at that.
The level of fear in a given stock.
Oh my God, look at that. We just mentioned that earlier. Fearful, greedy. But I want to know who BNK Invest is. Who's BNK Invest? Let's see. I found him. Whoops. I thought I did. Well, anyway, bnkinvest.com. Premier online investment club for investors focusing on mutual savings, bank, whatever. Oh, okay. Holdings channel. Value. Are they considering it a value play? Value forum. Oh, old school. Let's see. Where's the search? Can I search? Do I have to be AMC? Wow, look at this. Look at this website. Looks like it's from 1998. They're actually using a table. I mean, it's kind of hip, actually. Kind of like tickertech.com. Never heard of it. Okay. I mean, these are old. These are all old. Summer movie camp. Oh, yeah. More discounted tickets. Get people in so they'll buy popcorn. Related news. Why NVIDIA's boom isn't a bubble. Okay. Captured the imagination of Wall Street. I mean, that doesn't mean it's not a bubble. In fact, if it's captured the imagination of Wall Street, it probably is a fucking bubble. Because when we're talking about the most brain dead fucking monkey see, monkey do bullshit that we've seen in a while. Anyway, Warren Buffett must be rolling on his grave. Like the plot of land that will be his grave. That's funny. Yeah, stocks to avoid. Don't ignore these ugly 3 downgrades. They got Ape in here. Ape. AMC Entertainment is currently stealing the spotlight for the wrong reasons. Despite improving foot traffic, it's crucial to consider financial health before buying into the hype. Perhaps one of the biggest problems is AMC's mammoth long-term debt load of $4.9 billion. The recent $400 million private sale of senior secured notes. In the first quarter of 2023, AMC's cash burn soared to 21.5%, with cash reserves dropping to $495 million. Moreover, the lack of profitability for the past several quarters signals a tumultuous road ahead. More than a 50% downside from its current price targets. Wow. Oh, they're not going to show me anything. Average price target, 227. Just, out of curiosity, how about good old GameStop? What about that? What do they say about that one? That's a good company right there. I don't care what anybody says. Get all my birthday presents for people there. Well, 45% downside, so about the same. $13. Yes. Lovely. Anyway.
Is through a technical analysis indicator called the Relative Strength Index, or RSI, which measures momentum on a scale of 0 to 100. A stock is considered to be oversold if the RSI reading falls below 30. In trading on Tuesday, shares of AMC entered into oversold.
Model 3, dude, maybe they think it's a loss leader. You think? Wait a minute, what am I saying?
Is that what you're saying? Is that what you're saying? Or are you saying what are you saying? Huh?
I don't know. That's funny though. Apes are delusional. Oh yeah, Netflix is Netflix. So yeah, movie theaters are dead. Streaming is dead. Movie theaters are where it's at. Movie theaters, physical locations are the future. Meanwhile, AI and all that, but also physical locations, physical place, space, tangibility, but also AI, mainly AI, but also movie theaters, and weather and people and traffic and the world. Look at Netflix. Holy shit. 150% roughly from its bottom out almost exactly a year ago. Yeah, a year ago. Now, 2 years ago, it was even higher. So we have bullshit, and we have less bullshit, or we have, actually, let's do it this way. Closer to reality, completely ridiculous, and everything in between. And now it's back up, it's retraced basically. I would be willing to bet that you could put one of these there Fibonacci things, one of these Fibonacci things here, and see if it, yeah, it's like, it's right in between the 0.5 and 0.618, which is the golden ratio, the golden mean. So it's right there. Will it continue, or will it bounce at some point? Who knows? But anyway, movie theaters.
Sold territory, hitting an RSI reading of 29.6 after changing hands as low as $4.54 per share. By comparison, the current RSI reading of the S&P 500 is 59.1, A bullish investor could look at AMC's 29.6 RSI reading today as a sign that the recent heavy selling is in the process of exhausting itself and begin to look for an entry point on the buy side. Let's continue.
I'm not so sure.
Now
I'm just like that's pretty ballsy. I don't tend to use RSI. I use stochastic indicators, but I mean, essentially, I'm like, wait a minute. No, it's not. It's not. It's not oversold. I mean, that said, it came out on the 30th. And on the 30th, it says here that the RSI was 35.44. I don't know what length of time they're on or whatever, but
author may have a point. On the screen is the daily chart for AMC going all the way back to January 10th of this year. I believe that the trading in AMC common specifically
now, wait a minute.
has been pretty subdued. And
are those the typical RSI settings? 6, 14, 24? I don't know. It smells like somebody manipulated the RSI parameters to make it show something below 40. But I mean, anyway, I mean, most people use 30 and 70. So, I mean, and beyond that, I'm going to paraphrase an aphorism, a market aphorism here. The market can remain oversold or overbought or just in general retarded. The market can remain wherever the fuck it wants for longer than somebody reading, what was that? Wherever the fuck he read this, BNK Invest can remain solvent. For longer than TD Ameritrade customers can remain solvent. So I don't care if it's at, 29, and I don't care if it's at 72. It can most definitely embed itself into the oversold or overbought region and continue going in that direction. It's a roll of the dice. Why in the fuck anybody would want to roll that dice here? Probably depends on what they did the last 2 years and the opportunities cost that they paid for getting themselves in this situation. But man, it's really like baffling. Like,
daily chart for AMC going all the way back to January 10th of this year. I believe that the trading in AMC common specifically has been pretty subdued, and we could attribute that to the case, to the settlement case. However, the author does have a good point. Relative strength has pointed out some good bottoms and signaled some good tops year to date, beginning back in January 10th with that yellow arrow on the left. When RSI bottomed out, that was the beginning of a pretty good run up to 660. And then it happened again, as you can see by that second set of arrows. And now, on the right, on the bottom, you can see that we entered into that oversold territory again, which may mean we're setting up for a rally.
Well, okay, according to your parameters, this is not oversold. The second one is not oversold. What about here? This is lower than the previous one, and you don't mention anything about that. Oh, because it's not anything remarkable at all happens. It goes up to 50 basically and peters out and reverses. And then it reverses again, and it just peters out and goes sideways. And yeah, here, this one, I guess, but I mean, that doesn't really get to overbought. I don't know.
Now, I have no idea if this is going to be a catalyst for tomorrow. However, Apish Bull on Twitter reminded me that big changes are coming to the AMC Entertainment on-demand system. If you look at the release, it says, get ready to enjoy even more when you watch more movies, more features, and more offers than ever. Check back on June 1st for more details. And tomorrow,
June 1st.
We may have a release coming out. Now, today, AMC closed.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
2.81%. The ape finished at $1.62.
My AMCape.com is where I get all of my financial data.
And also hourly wages year over year. Now, in the headlines, 2 Fed officials suggest a pause could be coming.
Spoiler alert.
At the next Fed meeting.
It was bullshit. It was not good.
Reserve Governor Philip Jefferson and Philadelphia Fed Reserve President Patrick Harker suggested Wednesday that the central bank could pause rate hikes at its next policy meeting. Jefferson,
doubtful.
President Biden's nominee to be vice chair of the Fed board.
There's no fucking way they pause.
Such a decision wouldn't necessarily mean the Fed was done hiking rates, but we could get a pause. Now, a pause in the hiking of interest rates could result in a surprise white swan rally. Check out that article on the right.
Well,
BlackRock's Rick Reeder sees...
Would it really be a surprise at that point then? I mean, anytime anybody even thinks about rate, not even cuts, but pause. This is how ridiculous this market is. Anytime anybody even imagines or thinks about the prospect of pausing interest rate hikes, the market explodes up, which it already has been doing because of AI mania and NVIDIA and its BS guidance. So do you think and presumably we have to assume that the Fed is aware of this stuff. They're actually not in a coma. Technically, they can see what's happening. Why in the fuck would they run the risk? Because you are already seeing things start to go in the wrong direction again. I don't get it. I don't get it. Anyway.
Epic cash on sidelines as he takes lead role on new ETF. And more swans join the party. Fitch warns U.S. AAA credit rating could be cut to debt ceiling brinkmanship. And lease love treasury bills resemble junk bond yields on debt ceiling anxiety, says credit.
Okay, great. We know how to read headlines. Oh, here we go with the box office.
For this to the next level with the high.
You know, the place where AMC makes most of its money, wink, wink. Not really. I mean, I was looking at the AMC earnings the other day, and you look at like the number of customers, or I forget they call it patrons or whatever. How many, maybe it was just how many tickets they sold. I don't know. I mean, it's like half of what it was in 2019. It's like half. I mean, it used to be like 60, 70, 80,000 per quarter. I don't know what the unit was. Maybe that's in thousands or something. But it was like half. It was legitimately half. Next time I have the earnings up and I'm looking at something on there, I'll point it out. Or
company behind whatever. XRP Crypto, that's currently the world's 6th largest cryptocurrency, is hoping the end is near for its long-running legal battle. Now, Ripple chief executive Brad Garlinghouse has predicted the case will conclude.
Brad Garlinghouse.
Boosting the XRP price by 10% over the last week as the Bitcoin price drops. As it turns out,
oh, I guess that's this.
XRP stands at 0.5085, down 2.58%, but up 13.74% over the past 7 days. And that's more than any other top 10 cryptocurrency by market cap.
Isn't it
Bitcoin,
pretty?
For example, is at 27,146, up 4.07 over the same 7 days.
Oh, so you're just comparing static market cap? That's odd. Okay. Not sure how that's really relevant.
It's more than the coin price drops. As it turns out, the author was right. XRP stands at 0.5085, down 2.58%, but up 13.74% over the past 7 days. And that's more than any other top 10 cryptocurrency.
Okay.
By market cap. Bitcoin, for example, is at 27,146, up 4.07 over the.
But yeah, it's also cheaper, so. Oh, God. The AMC data shows we are due for squeeze. Due for squeeze. I mean, no. I mean, in my opinion, that sort of headline should not be. AMC buy signal. Now, what is the implication there? Not a financial advisor, not telling you to buy, hold, or sell, but we're getting a buy signal. Where do you draw the line? We are getting a buy signal? Who? You? You identified it, and you're bringing it to us, but you're not suggesting that we buy it. That doesn't make sense. These types of videos don't belong on YouTube. They don't. You know, just like I don't think they would appreciate me making a video series on, you know, commonly requested pet medical procedures. So I'm going to show you how to neuter and spay your pets on camera. No, I'm not a vet. I'm not a veterinary professional. You know, I mean, this is just for entertainment and educational purposes only. Don't try this at home. I'm not telling you to, you know, do anything. But I'm going to show you in a very detailed, at least, you know, I'm confident about what I'm doing. Manner, but don't do it yourself. I don't think so. And you can think of plenty of other scenarios where, no, that would not fly. That would not fly. So why does it fly for this? I don't know. I mean, you're literally establishing for people a black hole that they can dump money into. That's what you did. You established a black hole into which people have discarded untold sums of wealth that have been transferred, probably forever, out of your existence. All right, let's do CSI, and then we're going to call it a night, because it is getting late.
What's up, everybody? It's the Common Sense Investor coming at you with another video. Let me tell you.
But, I mean, we've already passed midnight. It is officially 2 years since the AMC squeeze. 2 years. And we're still here. It's crazy. I didn't think so.
Tell y'all something.
But I'm glad that we are, because this thing has gotten, yeah, it's, I guess, yeah, it didn't kill him, so it just made him stronger? I don't know. Something.
What this video's about.
More states legalized weed or something. I don't know. They don't care as much anymore. It's so strange. They just don't care as much anymore.
Oh my God, people. Y'all want Allegheny removed from this lawsuit?
What?
Would y'all like me?
What are you calling the Pinkertons?
Motion to have Allegheny removed from this case.
How is that possible? They are a plaintiff. They're literally the fucking plaintiff. So you, who are a nobody, you have virtually no standing. You are going to have them removed from their own case. What the fuck are you talking about? I'm not even going to ask what you're smoking. Whew. All right. Jesus Christ.
It's okay because we still got plaintiffs. It just won't be Allegheny. They need to get out. And I'm going to...
What are you talking about? You need to get the fuck out. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here, Bubby. I mean, I don't know who told you this or where. I mean, you have to have sources, right? You have some sources. Yeah?
I'll tell you why. These motherfuckers called us a cult. Our Lord...
You are a cult. Wow. So, interesting twist here.
Allegheny. They need to get out. And I'm going to tell you why.
Listen to this emotionally fueled tirade here. It's tirade, bloviation, whatever you want to call it. Retardation. I don't know if we're still saying that. This is exactly what emotions do to you. I guess the alternative is to be more or less a psychopath. You strike a balance, or, turn it on and off at certain times in different settings. Don't just be a cold, callous, heartless bastard all the time. Just only when you're dealing with money, that kind of thing. But when you wear your heart and your emotions on right out there in front, this is what happens.
These motherfuckers called us a cult. Our lawyers to the judge called us a cult. And I don't know about you, but that offends the hell out of me. I ain't a part of no damn cult. How the hell can you lump everybody that's retail investors?
Well, I mean, that's what they all say. It's not a cult. Mom, it's not a cult. It's not a cult. We're just a group of like-minded people coming together for a common purpose, eschewing the judgment of society with the promise of eternal life. Or whatever, insert your cult credo. But I mean, no, dude. I called them culties in 2021 because it was a cult then too. It was already a cult. It was already a cult before you even bought in, bub. So, I mean, reality, the truth hurts sometimes. You know what? It does. Need more haikus. Need more haikus. But, by the way, that's, hushed night, stars align, heart echoes with hope's delight, tomorrow's grand stage. Tomorrow being, well, tomorrow minus 2 years. Today now, at least on the Eastern time, Eastern Daylight Time, from the AMC explosion, Moass, life-changing wealth. Life-changing wealth. Okay. I got to run to the next room, but I'm listening still, so be right back.
I'm going to show you, be cool. I ain't a cult. And I don't know about you, but that offends the hell out of me. I ain't a part of no damn cult. How the hell can you lump everybody that's retail investors that I'm going to show you, be cool. I was writing the letter asking the judge to go ahead and please let me come on up there and present my argument in person, even though I'm late. And I'm like, okay, I'm late. So what can I do? You know how it goes. If you don't file some shit on time, that's your ass. So I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, now how can I get this judge to agree with me and allow me to come up there and plead my case in person? That's what the motion is about, that our letter I was writing was about. All right? So I'm going to read it to you. And when it's kind of still jumbly, but when I get to the point, oh my God, you're going to be madder than fuck. And you're going to demand that the Allegheny lawyers be kicked off this case, people. Here we go. Dear Vice Chancellor Zern, this certified class member, stop right there. That's one reason they've always denied everybody. They said that, oh, they're not certified. They haven't objected and put their brokerage statements in and shit and proved that they're members of the class. Well, I settle that right there. This certified class member and objector humbly comes before the court asking for forgiveness in missing the deadline to appear in person. Do you see that? I'm not demanding shit. I come to that woman humbly, and I'm asking for forgiveness.
Well, you know what? That might work with your ex-wife, but not with the fucking judge. I mean, okay, whatever. Like, oh, Jesus Christ.
That deadline, and I am so sorry, is what I'm telling her. she sees that when she reads this, okay? The court is asking for forgiveness.
No, she sees a fucking sloppy, uninformed fool, a buffoon. Somebody, I mean, she probably feels sorry for, she probably, you know, there's a good chance maybe she does feel sorry for you on some level. And maybe sorry that she can't do anything to help you. Like, because that, I mean, they think that this is like a referendum on the whole ape thing. I mean, it's crazy. And as far as I'm concerned, I mean, that's not really what we're talking, that's not what this is about at all. Otherwise, why is there a settlement? No, it's about fucking money. That's all it is. And when the first settlement wasn't enough, then they goosed it up. They goosed it up. I mean, come on. You know, you're giving it a goddamn excuse.
To appear in person, and in all humility, I approached the court with the correct form you requested. I said a lot in that sentence. I told her, I followed your rules. I did everything you requested. I'm
an obedient little boy. I can follow directions. If this monkey can see, this monkey can see it, this monkey can do it. That's what he's saying. I am a good little follower.
Everything in its proper form. I just missed the deadline, and I'm sorry. I said all that in the second sentence, all right? And then watch this. I know.
Watch this. I swear to God, what is this like? English office hours with office hours with Bubby. What the fuck? Watch this.
Defendants are going to cry foul. It wasn't filed on time. I would bring several facts to the table. All right. You see that beginning? I know. See, that's a friendly tone. She's reading a letter, or she's reading a court docket letter, but then she starts getting warmer to it because, I know. I know they're going to say foul. She's going to agree with me. See, she's nodding her head as she reads this.
I don't think that she's nodding her head unless somebody else in the room is saying, wow, that guy is challenged. These are some really challenged people. And she's like, I know.
The defendant is going to cry foul. It wasn't filed on time. I would bring several facts to the table. Now, where I was going to go with this was how they missed the deadline on sending them fucking postcards to us. Don't listen to Tony. There was a fucking deadline. It said that they would mail them postcards 5 days after that notification that they sent to the court. They were to mail them 5 days. So don't give me that shit. I said I got a lot of facts.
5 days. Within 5 days for who? For like registered owner or for beneficial owner? Because if you're just a beneficial owner, then no. Like that, because that, anyway, it's more complicated than that.
What does he know? And she's warm and friendly now because the way I've structured my letter to her. The defendant would...
Wow, listen to that. I got to slow it. I can't have it too fast because he's slurring his speech. So, listen to this.
I said, I got a lot of facts to bring to the table. So that's making her wonder, well, what does he know? and she's warm and friendly now because the way I've structured my letter to her. The defendant would most likely...
He thinks he can manipulate her. He thinks he can manipulate her. Absolutely, Manuel. That's that is, yes. She's warm and friendly now because of the way I structured my letter. He thinks that he can manipulate her, probably, and this is just speculation, but I mean, whatever, based on his ability to manipulate other women or people in his life. So, I mean, this is a manipulator. I mean, make no mistake. It's just interesting. It is interesting. Look, even Duis autem vel eum iure dolor in hindred. He left the lorem ipsum text in.
The class member has had sufficient time to file his request to appear in court, like they said in plaintiff's opposition to Jordan. All right, now I read that, I wrote that, and I'm looking at it, and I'm reading it, trying to get the feel of the sentences. How can I make her feel as she's reading it? The defendant would most likely argue that the class member has had sufficient time. The defendant's going to argue that because they argued it in Jordan's opposition. All right, see how I structured that? The defendant is going to argue that I had plenty of time, just like they did in the opposition to Jordan. So I already let her know. I know their argument. They're going to say, oh, no, you're late, and that's it. That's what they told Jordan. No mercy. No mercy. That's what they said. But as I'm reading my paragraph here, trying to structure it just right, the dog is scratching. You better cut that shit out. Back. What?
Don't yell at your kids like that. Grandkids.
Where was I at? Most likely
grandkids over there scratching himself.
She knows it too, and she's gonna nod her head as she's reading that, okay? But then something caught me. Wait a minute. It wasn't the defendants that would most likely argue. It's the plaintiffs that would most likely argue the opposition like they did Jordan. And I stopped to think about it, and I said, wait a minute. The plaintiffs is us. And the plaintiff's lawyer, which is them, has filed a motion of opposition.
Does this count as retroactive DD? Wait a minute. The plaintiffs? Well, that's us. We're the plaintiffs. What? We're the plaintiffs. Retroactive DD at its best.
Us. The plaintiffs is us. And the plaintiff's lawyer, which is them, has filed a motion of opposition against us. Our lawyer has filed that. Do you understand what I'm telling you? Now, if this would have came from the defendant...
Yeah, probably because the lawyer wants a fucking settlement because that's what the actual clients want, and he wants to get paid. And you fucking dumb fucks, you numbnut, know-nothing fucking LARPs are prolonging all of that. You are so you're through your act of bag holding and just unwillingness to learn anything and take responsibility for what happened, because it's everyone's responsibility what happens in his or her trading account. It's your responsibility. Not Adam Aaron's, not the fucking judge, not anybody else. It's yours. If your name's on it, it's yours. And I'm sure that everybody wants to move on because it always was going to be yes, according to the contract, according to the agreement. AMC got something, and the other side gets something. And they agreed on what those things would be, and all parties agreed. And so it was. everything went to plan. Everything went according to the plan that was known beforehand, unless you're an ape, in which case you're doing retroactive DD to catch up. I know. This is like the Cliff Notes, the extended Cliff Notes, I guess, of retroactive DD. No, because I'm not going over all that lawsuit shit. I don't care. And all the discovery, yeah. Unless somebody finds something interesting, I'm not going to look for it. Needle in a haystack. But this is being dragged out unnecessarily because it was always supposed to be, it is, and will be, yes, because that's what they agreed to before. So you can't, come up with another a second agreement that goes against the first agreement. And how in the fuck are we even talking? It's just absurd.
It out that way because it's normal that it's the defendant that's opposition, not your own damn lawyer. So I said, I got to read this shit. So I went over here and I pulled it up on the court docket.
Yeah, you should have read it.
Plain and simple. Plaintiff's opposition. Who is the plaintiff? Us. Okay. And who is our lawyer? Okay. They filed this. The plaintiffs filed an opposition to a retail investor, Jordan. All right. Plaintiffs, that's important, people. Plaintiffs submit. How the hell can my lawyer put a motion in against me? Mr. Adolph offers two reasons for
because just because somebody is your lawyer doesn't mean that they want people to do things that are potentially detrimental to the majority of plaintiffs or the class members. Like, this is, I mean, and that's one scenario. Like, that's just one simple, basic explanation. Like, yes, it sounds funny, cutesy, whatever, but that there's a reason why old ladies say like elderly ladies say things like that, or that are funny but not true, or memorable but not necessarily the best idea. So, I mean, this guy's acting like an old lady right now. He's acting like an old woman.
AMC settlement objection email placed, which was resolved a week ago and explained to every single punitive objector and did not block any transmission of a single inbound communication. That's a lie, because Jordan said he sent it and it came.
Oh, that's a lie.
And that's how they found out. So they did not have any. All right, in a miscommunication among plaintiffs' counsel resulting in the unsealing filing of certain settlement briefs exhibits, also now corrected. The ones that they had sealed and the judge ordered them and told them.
If you can't read, if you are talking so fast that you are misreading, then, what are we doing? Huh? Like, what? No. This is not quite as bad as Al from Boston with the reading, but it's pretty bad. Okay. No, that's not going to cut it. That's not going to cut it. And I'm sorry, I have to terminate that there. I'm denying that fucking motion. No. Now, let's end with it. Let's end with Lou. Oh. Is this breaking news? I'm not going to play the breaking news theme, but
it's not financial advice, not legal advice, for entertainment, educational purposes only, and anything I say is my opinion. Please don't make any financial decision based on anything I say in these videos. That being said, hit the like button, subscribe button, on YouTube algorithm stuff, so you get the videos I put them out. So I'm thinking, say, analyzing the data, like I tell you every day, the data release us is false, and it gives a false narrative of the market, so we can make bad trading decisions.
Listen.
If you listen to all the hedgies, their co-conspirators, and those bad actors, they tell you how.
Who are the hedgies? Who are you talking about? Me? Fake John Berta? Lynn? Manuel? I mean, who's the hedgies? If you listen to the hedgies, what does that mean? It means nothing. You mean if you listen to, if someone were to say what I'm thinking right now, which is probably a highly unrealistic scenario. So this is all made up, in other words. I love it.
AMC, the movie theater, is dead. The movie business is dead.
I don't know who's saying that. I don't even know who's saying that. I mean, even the Motley Fool probably isn't even saying that.
Tell us that streaming is the way to go, that everybody's going to streaming because it's less expensive and it's just a better platform. But here's the thing. If you look at the numbers, the streamers have been losing subscribers left and right. Some of them.
Wait. We just looked at Netflix. Now I'm not talking about the subscribers numbers, but I mean, that doesn't look. I mean, okay, revenue is. I mean, slightly off, slightly last quarter. I mean, I don't really care to get into a pissing contest between streaming and physical movie theaters, but I mean, that's kind of a mischaracterization, I would say. I mean, this stock price doubled recently over the last year and not only did it double, not like AMC doubled from 2 to 4, no, 200 to 400 steadily over this period after a huge sell-off last year. But anyway, $26 less than Northrop Grumman. Yeah, Netflix might be saying it.
Down over 1.5 million subscribers. That's how bad the streaming business has been.
Oh, how you want to know how bad the movie business has been? I mean, this is such garbage. This, I said before, the attendance is down from 2019, basically 50%. That translates into a fuck ton lot more. Whatever. That translates into a fuckload more over that period.
Okay, but here's the funny part.
Okay, funny part coming up.
Voodoo teamed up with AMC theaters to stream AMC movies on the Voodoo platform.
AMC movies on the Voodoo platform. Well, AMC doesn't have movies. So what are you talking about there? AMC movies. Like current releases? Doesn't that why? How? How is that good? How are you interpreting this as bullish then? And if streaming is dead, then why are they doing it? I don't get it. I have questions. Hopefully he has answers.
Now, why would...
No, he just has lip smacking. How gross.
With AMC theaters to stream AMC movies on the Voodoo platform. Now, why would Voodoo, a streaming company...
I hate when he does this. Now, why would they do this? Well, here's one reason, and I'm going to make it as definitive as the gospel. No, you're just a fucking moron who can't see multiple angles of anything because you want it to be one way. You want it to be one way. Just like Marlo Stanfield said, but it's the other way. It's the way where you don't win. It's the way where you actually, in reality, are a nobody and who knows nothing. Now, it sounds harsh, I know, but after a while, you really, you don't even think about how you're a nobody anymore every day. You just go about your day and you don't pretend that you're special or important or that you know anything like that other people don't know, especially people who are more experienced and have more education than you do, for example, or who, you just don't compare yourself to anybody. That's what it comes down to. This guy's like 50 years old. He hasn't figured this shit out. What the fuck? I mean, how delusional. This guy, common sense investor, Al from Boston, Lou. These guys are fucking middle-aged men. They're middle-aged men believing in this Mickey Mouse fantasy. It's crazy.
That's supposed to be, I mean, they're saying everybody's going to streaming. They're saying streaming is a thing of the future. Why would a futuristic streaming company want to team up with a movie?
Well, I mean, I'll ask the same question that Bubby asked in the last CSI video. How are you going to lump all streaming services together and make the implication that something like Voodoo is on the, the same level with Netflix and Hulu or whatever, the larger streaming services? Probably because Voodoo is laggard. It's less relevant. I didn't even know what it was until a couple years ago. I had no idea. Never even heard of it. I'm sure there's a lot of people who haven't. Or they would be like, well, yeah, I used that like 6 years ago. Why would I use it now? So why does anybody do any? Why do businesses do anything? And if they're partnering with AMC, that sounds like desperation almost. Basically, you're partnering. So you jumped onto a sinking ship. That's great. I mean, good for you.
Movie theater company that's allegedly going out of business, that's allegedly going bankrupt, that allegedly is not making money.
Allegedly
AMC
allegedly is not making money. Wait, so he thinks the books are all fraudulent? They're actually making money. They're just siphoning it off to AMC, to Adam Aaron. I mean, what is the actual? What are you saying? Like, I'm not going to play the Tony clip because I'm actually asking. Like, I don't know what he believes or what he wants people to believe because it is so fucking cracked out. It makes no sense. Like, everything is false. Everything is a lie because they don't want you to get rich. No, I think you're taking care of that fine without them doing anything.
theater is the strongest. Now went out of.
Listen to this garbage. Oh my God.
They're saying streaming is a thing of the future. Why would a futuristic streaming company want to team up with a movie theater company that's allegedly going out of business, that's allegedly going bankrupt, that allegedly is not making money? You know why? Because AMC Theater is the strongest movie theater chain in the world right now. And not on top of that, because of retail investors.
Just saying that does not make it true. You little boy. What a little boy.
Us putting our time, our money, and energy into this company, we have.
Oh, yeah. Feel good about yourself, Donnie. It's one of the few times in your fucking sad, pathetic life that you actually make a difference. Just keep telling yourself that. That's exactly what the fuck, quote unquote, they want you to do. You fell for it. And you're showing that you still have no clue. And you're showing that you still don't give a fuck about anybody else. You're still falling for it. You are still gullible. We saved the company. Yeah, okay. Feel good about losing 90%. Not of your shares, of the equity, because the stock has gone down that much. Oh my God.
AMC, a household name, and teaming up with AMC gives Voodoo street cred. Voodoo now has street cred because they teamed up with AMC. And you know what else?
No. No. No, they don't. No, they didn't. They did not get street cred because they teamed up with AMC. I mean, maybe this kind of talk would fool like church people, like, and I hate to generalize, but people who are pretty indiscriminate, not too sharp, like Wednesday night church people. I mean, no offense to anybody, but I mean, you have to know that that's how you're perceived. Anyway, at least by me, because I'm a bigoted asshole. I hate everybody. So don't take it personally. I hate everybody equally. Or like developmentally delayed people, or even just like children. But I think children would be able to see through somebody like this. I mean, they wouldn't even have to know anything about what he's talking about because they know the words. Like, I think people can tell the difference between somebody who knows what they're talking about. There's just a sense. I don't know. I'm not saying I've never fallen for a scammer, but uh, I've said this before. I think a fifth grader would be better at trading if you had a unit in your, dedicated to, like, I don't know, probabilities, maybe do it in math and teach some basic concepts, learn how to look at a chart and, simulate, have paper accounts, whatever, and get kids, engaged with it. I think by far they would be much better. They would have a much better conception of everything. They would be much more open-minded than these clowns. And they'd probably be much more judicious about how they deploy their capital. So, I mean, obviously it's not 2021 with that mania, but even in this mania,
Voodoo is going to see their subscriber base grow because they teamed up with AMC. Voodoo has found out what we all knew for over 24 months now. You team up with AMC, you're going to make money. Look at the popcorn.
What? Look, this sounds like, I mean, now he's trying to be like Sojka, Mr. AMC Fundamentals. I swear to God, that's what I thought. Have they been talking on the phone? Like, is Sojka scared to make videos now? And so he's making them by proxy through Donnie Who? Like, because this clown hasn't posted anything. We realize that YouTube maybe isn't the right answer there. I mean, this is outrageous. This is outrageous. I mean, and like, you don't celebrate like the success of a partnership when you start the partnership. I mean, the success hasn't happened. I mean, he would have us believe that, you know, they've created some amazing new platform or something, like there is something to show for it. The only thing that there's here is words. This is going to happen, or this is happening. There's nothing to show for it. So, it would be just like AMC stock. Actually, now that he mentions it, if you team up with AMC, you know, here, and you hold through this, and you're back here, or you teamed up with AMC in here somewhere, anywhere. This is overhead supply zone. That is the overhead supply zone. Where is my label? Oh, I must have deleted it. Dang it. I mean, this is what happens this is what Model 3 dude. Uh-oh. Oh, geez. Well, in honor of
happens when you work to change things, and first they think you're crazy, then they fight you, and then all of a sudden you change the world.
you change your world, you change your surroundings, your setting to prison too. Sometimes, you know, that happens. But we deem this region of price action roughly. And of course, it was different at the time because of the ape theft. But all of this, like, I mean, I guess you probably would take it down. I mean, take it down wherever, but oh no, okay. Yeah, right. I mean, that's perfect. Perfect. That'll be fine. You know, the price never went above this before. So all this is garbage, for lack of a better term. All of this is trapped capital. It's lost. It's people who are sitting on losses. So there's a mass, and so therefore that's a supply. It's a source of supply. People are going to be selling them while they still can, for whatever they can get, especially as it approaches this region. And that's why you see these. I mean, and really, then through that lens, I mean, you have to have lenses, uh, kind of. So you see that here, there's, you know, sort of a, well, actually, I mean, shit. These are daily candles, so you know, I'm not going to mark all the tops, but you know, it's just, oops. Oh shit. Well, anyway, you see what I'm saying. These are getting lower. They're getting lower because, I mean, and this really goes to the psychological aspects as well. Seeing those um, market cycle, not that kind of cycle, psychology cycle. Um, Something like this. Yeah. Jeez. I mean, and this is obviously condensed. So, um, and maybe out of order and things like that, but um, there it is. This see that this is what's interesting to me about this. these spikes of price where, I mean, I suppose it would be pretty well balanced, but it's so massive for each that, I mean, that's your top, essentially. And there's even excess. I mean, it's just fascinating from a psychological standpoint. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing jumping in? What are you doing getting in at this point? Like, and going all in and continuing to. I mean, I would think, well, that's only July. And the price adjustment is from ape was, and there's resistance right at the, and these false hope rallies. I mean, think about this here. This was like the end of March of last year, and then August. Those two hyped events, bullshit announcements, counts, all that garbage. And then the energy is less. And of course, these momentum indicators, they can swing one way and continue to I mean, yeah. But anytime on this momentum indicator, this is the last thing we'll talk about. Pretty much any time, well, it's hard to know, but you get these spikes, peaks, fairly consistently, pretty sharp pullbacks when it gets to that level in the stochastic indicator. And then also your divergences with the momentum indicator. But yeah, oh my God. Wow. Declining wedge. Trey was saying bye, bye, bye. Trey. Yeah, so Let's see. Oh, this clown had such a ridiculous headline earlier.
Welcome back to the channel, everyone.
BBBY sacrifice will cause the AMC squeeze. Sacrifice. But the guy who jumped off the building, Ken Griffin caught bribing Congress members. I mean, this really is whatever the worst tabloid is in wherever he's from. This is what I would imagine. Ken G admits fake shares. Oh, okay. I mean, because I want to see. Oh, yeah, that's right. We got to look for playlist. Gonna play it out. Oh my God. That's my playlist. Made up fucking garbage. Yep, all of it. Pretty much all of it. Dang it. What the fuck? Two years ago. 2 years ago. Okay, sure. 2 years ago. Uh-oh, this could be loud.
Dude, look at this thing. That's freaking sick. That's so cool. Code Strong, you're a beast, dude. Check this out. We got a new Trey's Trades shirt in with the freaking whiskey glass. By the way, I very much appreciate James for sending in this freaking single malt Welsh whiskey.
Oh, wow.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate
Wow,
that
this is
immensely. I can't wait to dig into that. But regardless,
that's way too early.
Dive into here today. Welcome back to the channel, to Trey's Trades.
Wow. He's so muted that he was definitely like no drugs. Interview with Jordan Belfort. Oh shit. Potential interview. So that's, wow, that's okay. My personal vote on 500 million share authorization. Wow. Chilling it up.
Good morning.
No. Those thumbnails are too old. I don't know what his thumbnail was. Ape Talk with Trey's Trades. Oh my God. Wow, this is all from like April. It's all from April 2021. What about this one? May 6th.
Lamp, you done good. Lamp, you really did it. You really did it, Lamp. What a good Lamp. What a freaking bomb earnings call, guys. Holy Toledo, we got some good stuff to talk about. What is up, everybody? It's your boy Trey from Trey's Trades coming back again for another video. Just gonna give you a quick recap in case you were not able to catch the earnings call that did get recorded. You can actually find it on AMC's Investor Relations tab on their website if you want to check that out. But I'm gonna give you the rundown of what I think was the most important details of that call, right? So it was announced, according to a bunch of different news sources, that they did miss their earnings per share. However, there was lots of other great great news that came out of this earnings call that I think is worth talking about, right? And that's going to be mainly the cash facts, if you're interested in that. He also addressed, and we're going to talk.
The what? The cash facts?
Lots of other great news that came out of this earnings call that I think is worth talking about, right? And that's going to be mainly the cash facts, if you're interested in that. He also addressed, and we're going to talk about this, just go through everything. He addressed their plan to pay off debt and also the shareholders count and why they might have pushed this shareholders meeting down the road. So lots of stuff to talk about. Let's just get right into the freaking video. So a lot of how can you?
I don't want Russian.
How can you just be smiling from cheek to cheek after hearing that? They've got $1 billion on hand as of Q1. That's the most they've had on hand in a single quarter in their 101-year history, right? That is substantial. The whole short.
Why are they auto-generated in Russian?
AMC stock was that they were going.
That's curious to me. Why is Russian auto-generated? And I don't have any other choice. I guess I can translate it from Russian. It's auto-generated in Russian, and it'll be auto-translated to English.
Bankrupt, right? That they were the 101-year history, right? That is substantial. The whole short hypothesis for shorting AMC stock was that they were going bankrupt, right? That they were done. They were a dead company. That movie theaters were done. That COVID would kill movie theaters. And we see now that that is not the freaking case. He said that they had to get every single thing to line up piece by piece by piece by piece, step by step by step by step, in order for them to avoid bankruptcy. And they freaking did it. Holy Toledo. Like, how can this just not blow your mind? I mean, $1 billion on hand as of Q1 is substantial money. Huge cash. They've got $2.9 billion in equity and debt capital over the last year, including a conversion of $600 million from convertible equity, right? So they've turned a lot of freaking cash. And actually, look at this. Tomorrow, as of May 7th, they will have raised $2 billion in equity since December 14th, 2021. Positive prospects moving forward. That's not that doesn't look like they're going to have enough cash to survive as a company. That doesn't have positive prospects moving forward. And that's not the case with AMC. I mean, as they continue to grow, I mean, this Q1 was the first time they've actually started generating revenue in literally a year. It's absolutely mind-blowing. So just think about how this is going to look one quarter.
Wow, this is really
3 quarters from now as AMC continues to progress.
Selling me some insurance or something.
I mean, this is just a stupid, silly chicken short move. It just doesn't make sense. It makes no sense. I just don't get it. But this is absolutely nothing but good news for us, right? To-do list. This is something that Adam Aaron stated that he wants to get done over the next couple of years, and that is to get rid of about $1.5 billion in leveraging that they want forgiven or paid off. And keep in mind that they've got $1 billion on hand right now, so they can knock out freaking 2/3 of this overall debt that they owe right now if they wanted to. They're not doing it, right? That's something they want to do, is they continue to earn revenue down the road.
Very hard sale.
They have enough cash to wipe out a good majority of this, and this is an important piece to think about, right? The 500 million share authorization. There was some silly chicken that called in.
See you, Len.
Which is, I don't understand why. I mean, it's already off the table. But they took that off the table because they don't need it right now. Adam Aaron stated, we want this 500 million shares for long-term goals. 3 years down the road, 5 years down the road, 10 years down the road, right? We don't care about the short term because we're fine in the short term. The numbers, the freaking math, it adds up. It proves it. They've got $1 billion on hand as of Q1. That's most that they've had in a single quarter in their 101-year history, right? They are sitting beautifully. This is a stupid short. The longer they fight the grain, the more you're just going to get new retail investors, new apes that come into the stock, because just to be frank, it's a value play. It's not worth only $9. It's just freaking not. It's not. You can't change my mind, right? And I wanted to talk about these closing statements because I think there's a lot of things in here.
It's a value stock.
Questions that were had by the average ape, right? So this right here is substantial. They have enough cash to sustain operations until the end of 2022. And this is not even including their expected future earnings. They stated very specifically, wording is key, right? That they have enough cash right now to sustain operations until the end of 2022. Think about all the money they're going to make in Q2, Q3, Q4 as new movies continue to come out. He talked about trailers trailers airing on TV for new movies that are coming out, right? This is going to substantially improve their financial situation month after month after month after month, right? This is a dumb short. I can't say it enough times. They look beautiful. The outlook of this company is beautiful. As vaccines continue to roll out, the country continues to reopen, right? You get new countries that start to reopen. They are sitting sexy, stupid sexy. I mean, this is outrageous. And this is something that's very hot.
It is outrageous.
He gave a hard number.
Jesus,
smart people than me.
All right.
Share count on June. If that to you doesn't prove that Adam Aaron is a man of the people, he is a man of the apes. Count. They're updated, and this is a big one, right? He addressed this clear as day. He said it in a simple sentence. They're going to give us an updated share count on June 2nd. So all of the questions about a share recount, all the questions about a share recall, right? He addressed it instantly, right there. If that to you doesn't prove that Adam Aaron is a man of the people, he is a man of the apes, he's the silverback of the apes, that he pays attention to what we ask, what we want, what we need, right? This proves it. He said it clear as day. Updated share count on June 2nd. Massive. This could massively debunk all of the crazy amount of shares that are out there. Like, obviously, I don't know what's going to end up happening, but a lot of smarter people than me, have done math, and I've read through it. That it's almost impossible for there not to be shares circulating in the market that should not exist. IOUs, right? Synthetics, whatever it may be, right? And I'm very excited to see what the number is on June 2nd, nonetheless. There was two last closing things that I think were very interesting to say, and this doesn't really relate to the company itself, but more so the interest of Adam Aaron and how much of a man of the people he is and how much he's really on our side, right? There, and I put in quotations, apes, he didn't say it, right? But we know what he means. Interests and passions are important to AMC, and their interests and passions are important to me. And he follows it up with this. AMC and Adam Aaron are both donating $50,000 to the Dian Fossey Gorilla Fund. That's not a coincidence. Come on, we call ourselves apes. We're the Gorilla Gang. We're the Gorilla Gang, guys. And he is donating $50,000 of his own dollars. AMC is donating $50,000 of their own dollars in a big
Who cares?
Company. If they can afford to do this to show their love for the retail investor that owns 80+% of their overall company.
How does that show love to the retail investor?
It's clear as day. This is a freaking bull case. This is a bull case. This is a stock that is undervalued to a T. Is being shorted for absolutely no freaking reason other than pride and human.
Absolutely no reason.
Hedge funds that think they're so much
stupid hedge funds
that we honestly give too much credit. They're shorting a losing battle. This is a stupid short. It makes no sense. These numbers, you would not, like, if this was any other company than AMC or GameStop, right? No intelligent person would short this.
This is laying the groundwork for the cult.
It's just a freaking war. It is war for the planet of the apes, my friends. The war for the market of the apes, more like, and they are not going to win this. There's no freaking way. I will not stop talking about AMC, and I take so much pride in this shit. I really do. I just don't see it. I don't see it. I don't see how they could possibly lose this. And guys, you should be freaking ecstatic. And it reflects in the overall price action. You guys saw it.
Freaking ecstatic.
Absolutely disgusting price action if you were paying attention. And that's kind of what I've got for this little recap here. So, absolutely beautiful day for AMC stock. You guys should be very, very happy. I'm super pumped about that earnings call. It was a lot of fun. I actually punched my wall and hurt my hand a little bit, but that's okay. You gotta risk it for the tendies sometimes, my friends. The tendy man is coming to Chicken Town.
Yep. So, yes, he is.
My friends, my family, my fellow Gorilla Gang, consider liking, subscribing, blah, blah, blah. You know the whole spiel. Catch you all in the next video. Much love, my friends, and peace.
Yep. Peace out, Trey. It was a good one. See you guys.
And you need to quit.